Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Cake, a series inspired by Invented Scenarios Roll for Sandwich. Let's go. It's the introduction of our new cake pan roll, and I'm using the Mighty Dice to help me out without having my regular dice for Antique Store. So what that means is I literally just went to my antique store and found this 8x8 inch, and this is what we're going to use for today. All right, let's roll for our cake. 6 mayo chocolate cake. All right, we can work with that. So for those that don't know, a mayo chocolate cake is whenever someone takes away the butter, oil, and eggs from the cake mixture and instead incorporates mayo as the substitute. Mayo actually makes the cake a lot more airy and actually makes it taste really good. Like, I'm surprised that a lot of people are disgusted by the words of mayo chocolate cake, but it's actually really good, and it's what's used for most sheet cakes. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, let's roll for our icing. 11. Roll twice. All right, so let's roll twice. Let's see what we got. We got a, 1 and 11. So let's roll another time. No. We got 1 refried beans, 7 cottage cheese icing, and 12 Roll for Barbecue's last sauce roll. Well, here it is. Refried beans. I can't really say much about it. It's beans in a can. You usually have them at a Mexican restaurant served right next to rice and maybe, like, I don't know, chips and salsa. I'm just lost for words on this. I went ahead and put it on a pot on the stove to smooth it out, because if I would have tried to spread it just from the can, it would have just torn the cake apart, even though the cake is already cooled off. And this is unsettling. This does not look right. I can't imagine how all of you are taking this, but I can't. This is bad. It looks like I'm painting a brick with cement. So now we're going to make our cottage cheese icing, which is basically the healthier version of cream cheese icing. We're going to put in half a cup of cottage cheese, a tablespoon of oil, and a tablespoon of honey, and a generous amount of vanilla just to get rid of that cottage cheese taste. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. And now we're just going to mix this together. But instead of folding it together with a spatula, I'm going to use an immersion blender so we can get all of those chunks out of that cottage cheese. Now, this does taste good, but I don't know how it would taste good on top of refried beans on top of chocolate. And the unfortunate part is that cottage cheese icing still contains some of its chunkiness. So, what do you got for me, Walt?
Those tongs, it's time for the D20 sauce roll. 12, ranch.
Well, here it is. Ranch. Just great. Now we got to pour the ranch on top of it. And now we got to spread it. And you know what's bad? It looks like a giant marshmallow. But guess what? It's not a giant marshmallow. It's ranch on top of cottage cheese icing on top of the refried beans. All right, let's roll for toppings. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we got something good. Oh, God. Come on. Really? I think I just picked the wrong pair of Mighty Dice today. So I got 2 Jell-O and 9 bacon baked beans. So I went ahead and just picked up some Jell-O from the store. And the supermarket had blue Jell-O on sale. So I went ahead and just made some blue Jell-O. And look at this. I'm just putting it on top of the cake. And now we got to put the bacon baked beans. Look at that. Just, this is a monstrosity. Look at that piece of bacon fat on it. Oh my God. All right, let's do our D20 Wild Magic. What could make it worse? Melted chocolate. I hate this. This makes me contemplate my life choices to do this channel and do Roll for Cake. But hey, look, Mom, I made it. I made it. All right, well, look at this monstrosity. Well, if I die from this, at least there's video evidence of what caused it. Down the hatch. Let's go. What? How? I gotta get a second bite of this. I can't believe this. Are you serious? I guess you're serious. I don't understand this. The cake doesn't taste half bad. It's weird. Like, how? The interesting thing is that the only thing that you can taste is the chocolate cake the refried beans, and the gelatin. Everything else is non-existent. All the flavor profiles are gone. The Jell-O does not taste great on top of that cake, but for some reason the refried beans and the chocolate works. I don't get it. I don't understand how this works. But, I mean, maybe this is the ways of the Dice Gods giving me just a little heads up of, hey, weird mixtures can work. Well, with that being said, I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10, and I'm going to call this Beanageddon. Well, I'm flabbergasted still, but I'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.